My name's Jim Budd. I'm a stained glass conservator based near Kington in Herefordshire, or just over the border into Wales actually. I work here in this old barn. We work with a great team of artists and conservators. We're restoring this window from St Mary's, Shrewsbury. It's a 16th century window from Northern Europe, and that's about all that's known about it. The subject is the Assumption of the Virgin Mary, with these lovely characterful putty angels trumpeting Mary up on little blue clouds. It's a really characterful piece. Unfortunately, it was smashed to pieces by an intruder, and so we are recreating the lower section of the window using traditional glass painting techniques. The glass was so smashed and much of it was missing, so we are having to go back to the original design, which is the top half of the window, and create the painted work in the same style as that from the 16th century. The window had been smashed up before, so there wasn't a lot to go on in the lower half of the window because it was mostly 20th century or even 21st century reproduction work. We're using traditional techniques and traditional glass paint, which is layered onto the glass and highlighted to create the form of the figure. The glass we're using is a mouth-blown handmade glass, slightly greenish tint to match in with the original early glass. All the techniques are traditional. So after we'd taken the window out of the church, we've been given a box of broken pieces of glass. So this is all we ended up with, apart from a few bits at the bottom, which I'll show you in a minute. But all this glass here that you can see, which is very incomplete. There's a little pile of small pieces, but there's an awful lot missing. And this is why we can't glue it all back together again, because there just isn't enough of it. And having examined it closely, we can see that this is all modern glass. It's all replacement glass from a previous incident. So we've taken the decision to recreate the glass, but done in the traditional way, like the 16th century glass, using the same manner. We have some photographs of the window from 2015 and 2011, where the lower half of the window both look completely different, but they've given us a little bit of a guide to go on. The earlier one is slightly more complete, so we've taken that as the basis of recreating the work. So we've created a new drawing on this piece, where we've got some of the original glass. In fact, these bits here, these are all sort of surviving pieces which we're going to glue back together again. They're just held together with tape at the moment. And then we've cut new pieces of glass to go along the bottom and up the sides. And this is a blue glass that we've cut to match in with the other clouds. And these will be painted in the same manner as those that Sally is doing with the lower part of the Virgin Mary's body. So this will then, when all the glass is painted, it will be re-leaded. We're not going to be using the old lead, which is a very thick, rather over the top weight to it. I mean, the old lead is a very heavy lead, and we'll be using a much lighter weight lead, even though we'll be trying to match it in with that above a bit. There's been a lot of repair in here from previous restorations, so we won't be reusing any of this lead in the final piece.